This week, we're revisiting one of our best-loved recipes,
Ratatouille,
and bringing you the most iconic dish from our Ratatouille dinner and a movie menu.
I gotta see this.
Welcome to Bite Club. Let's cook.
So let's do this thing!
What? I am making ratatouille. Well, how would you prepare it?
They must be joking.
We're going to start off with the sauce. Lightly oil 2 sweet red peppers and place them under a hot grill and char until blackened. Stick the charred peppers in a bowl and cover with cling film. We're going to leave this to steam for 15 minutes to make the peel easier to remove. We also want to peel 3 tomatoes. To do that, score an X in the bottom of each one. Then drop them into boiling water for about 15 seconds. The skin should now easily slide right off.
Wow, I have never seen that before.
Once peeled, roughly chop the tomatoes and set them aside, keeping hold of any juice. This fancy style of ratatouille is actually called a Confit Biyaldi. Don't come at me for the pronunciation.
It sounds like rat and patootie. Rat patootie.
It was renowned chef Thomas Keller who suggested this presentation for the movie.
Only the fearless can be great.
Now the peppers have steamed, they should be easy to peel, so get rid of the skin and seeds and give them a rough chop.
Petit bisou, petit baiser, si tu savais comme tu me plais. Petit bisou, petit baiser, si tu savais ce que tu me fais. Mon cœur s'éclate quand je te vois, oh là là là, ça fait chauffer. Petit bisou, oh oui, les petits baisers.
Just a little olive oil into a frying pan and chuck in a diced onion. We want to saute the onion for about 5 minutes until it's translucent.
Petit baiser, si tu savais comme tu me plais. Petit bisou, petit baiser. Si tu
Add in a
savais
couple of cloves of minced garlic and a tablespoon of tomato puree. This needs a minute or 2 until the garlic is fragrant.
Petit bisou, petit baiser, si tu savais.
Get it off the heat and throw in the pepper and tomatoes.
Petit baiser, si tu savais ce que tu me fais. Mon cœur
And then blitz up the sauce until it's nice and smooth.
ça fait chauffer. Petit bisou, oh oui, des petits baisers. Mon cœur va exploser. Petit bisou, petit baiser, si tu savais comme tu me plais. Petit
For aromatics, I like a bay leaf and a couple of sprigs of fresh thyme.
que je fais. Mon corps s'éclate quand tu me tiens. Oh là là
Pop in a
là,
pinch of sugar to tamper the acidity and season generously with salt and pepper. Then this needs to go back on the heat. Bring the sauce up to a simmer, partially cover it and let it go for 20 to 25 minutes until it's reduced by about half. In the movie, it looks like Remy uses a combo of aubergine, tomato and green and yellow courgettes. You'll need 3 to 4 tomatoes and 1 to 2 each of the courgettes and aubergines. These all need to be sliced into rounds about 2 millimeters thick. Personally, I like to use a mandolin for the courgettes, but I find it easier to slice the tomatoes and aubergine with a sharp knife.
petit baiser, si tu savais comme tu me plais. Petit bisou, petit baiser, je ne sais plus ce que je fais. Mon corps s'éclate quand tu me tiens. Oh là là là, je vais tomber. Petit bisou, oh oui, des petits baisers. Faudra me ressusciter.
To get a nice neat presentation, you want the veg rounds to be as close to equal size as possible. So use Roma tomatoes and baby or Japanese aubergines if you can, as they're smaller than the usual kind and closer in size to the rest of the veg. Now the sauce is reduced nicely, remove and discard the bay leaf and the thyme sprig. Reserve a couple of tablespoons of sauce for later and pop the rest on the bottom of a baking dish in a nice even layer. The sauce seems a little thick at this stage, but the veg is going to release a load of water during baking and thin it out.
You are a clever rat.
Overlap the vegetables so that there's about a quarter exposed at the top, and lay down in alternating order. Drizzle over a little olive oil, give it a sprinkling of salt, a healthy crack of black pepper, and scatter over the leaves from a couple of sprigs of fresh thyme. Cut a piece of parchment paper to the size of the dish, with a small hole in the middle. This is going to prevent the veg from browning and allow steam to escape. This needs to bake for 50 to 60 minutes at 160 fan until the vegetables are fork tender. To mimic Remy's presentation, you're going to need a chef ring that's about 3 inches in diameter, or use one of our cookie cutters from earlier. Keep the veg stacked in order and use a palette knife to lift a few at a time from the baking dish. First, work around the edge, laying the vegetables upright and against the ring, and place them all the way around the outside. Then stack the vegetables flat, filling the centre.
It's very hard to explain.
Mix the reserved sauce with a teaspoon of white wine vinegar and a couple of tablespoons of good quality olive oil. We don't want to emulsify this, but leave it separated like Remy's. Remy finishes things off with a few parsley leaves and place a little chive on top.
Que je fais. Mon corps s'éclate quand tu me tiens. Oh là là là, je fais tomber. Petits bisous, oh oui, des petits baisers que j'aime t'embrasser.
Find the recipe linked in the description box below. And if you want to check out the rest of our Ratatouille dinner and a movie menu, the video is linked on screen now. You can find all our recipes and any equipment used in this video on our website, biteclub.tv. Remember, the first rule of Bite Club is you talk about Bite Club.